Hey, good morning. This is Jerry over here at Wealth DynamX. Hey, I wanted to give you a quick message as I'm on my way to the Wealth DynamX headquarters today about banks. Okay, if you missed it on Friday night this past week, I taught a course on what I call the banking quadrant. And the banking quadrant basically talks about the different roles that are played in a bank in order to make a bank function and work. Now, the bottom line that I want to cover with you today is how banks make money. Many of us deposit money in a bank. We don't even think twice about what happens to that money. We just think, all right, well, I put it in, it's in my account, I can access it, and maybe I'll earn a little bit of interest, but not a ton. That's okay, because I can use the money when I need it. Bottom line, right? So here's the deal. Banks can't make money until they have a deposit, and the reason why is they have none of their own money. Banks use your money. So when you deposit money in a bank, you got to ask yourself why, even though it's a minimal amount of interest, why do they pay me interest? Okay, the money has to come from somewhere. If you understand basic economics, they're not going to pay you something that's not produced. So if they're not making interest off your money, they wouldn't pay you interest on your money because that wouldn't make any sense. So you've got to look at, all right, well, how are they making money and what is my money doing while it's there? And the reality is, the bank is loaning your money out to other people. So when you deposit money in a bank, they're not just keeping it in the vault and letting it sit there until you come back and you're ready for it. They loan the depositor's money out to the borrower. That's how they're able to make money on your money. And you might be like, oh, well, that's fine. They know what they're doing. Yeah, but that's an attitude of apathy. Like if you gave me money as a loan, or maybe you wanted me to take care of it for you, and you found out that I loaned it out to somebody else, didn't tell you about it, made a ton of money and didn't pay you any of it, as a friend, you would be pretty upset with me, wouldn't you? So why do you justify it with your bank? Why do you make it okay because it's your bank? Like at the end of the day, they're making money on your money that you could be making for your money. And instead, you're sitting there earning 0.10%. And they're getting wealthy off of the hard-earned money that you've placed. That should be the other way around. You should be the one making the money. So the way that banks make money is off of your money. They do it with your money. They're loaning it out 10 times on the dollar. Think about it. If they loan it out 10 times on the dollar, meaning you put in $1, they create $10, and they only keep one of those on reserve. They loan out the other 9. Let's say they loan those out for car loans at 5%. This is the example I use. Let's say they loan those out on car loans at 5%. Those car loans are going to produce on $10 would be 45% interest. 45% interest on that money, and they're paying you how much in your checking account and your savings account? Nothing. So you need to stop thinking like a consumer with your finances. Like the consumer mindset kills you. Investing like a consumer, depositing money in a bank like a consumer. You need to be thinking about it like an investor. What is the bank doing with my money? How do I bypass them, and how do I do it for myself instead? That's the mindset, and that's how people get wealthy, guys. They don't get wealthy by putting money in an S&P 500 index fund and waiting till they're 60 till it goes up in value. Okay, that's how your broker gets wealthy. That's how Wall Street gets wealthy. But you need to get wealthy by looking at what is the bank doing with my money, and how do I do it with my money instead? And if you mimic that model, you're going to see that you exponentially build wealth. So really quick, I'm going to wrap up, but before I do forget here. So that course that I did on Friday night, I'm going to leave that up for about the next probably 8 hours maybe. So I'm going to take it down this afternoon. It's going to go into Wealth DynamX University where only clients are able to access it. Really quick though, as you're watching this, I do want to post the link for that in the comments so that you can check the course out while it's still up. So if you click on the link in the comments, it goes to my YouTube channel. The course is there. It's about an hour long. And I go through the banking quadrant, the 4 different quadrants of banking, where you're currently at in that quadrant and where you'd like to be at, where you need to be at in that quadrant. It's a lot like the cash flow quadrant, but instead it deals with banking. Okay, so check that link out if you'd like to watch that course. I will be taking that down around like 2 or 3 p.m. Alaska time. If you guys are on the East Coast and Central time, it'll be this evening for you guys. But make sure you check that out. Thank you for watching. Make sure that you do like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.